Today, we are joined by a very special co-host, too.
I am Ollie, Insta baddie extraordinaire.
Yes. What is Ollie's worst encounter with another influencer?
What isn't the worst encounter with influencers?
Yeah.
I was like, I want to live, so give me that medication. Please be fine. Now we're skinny.
The following podcast is a Dear Media production.
Pretty Basic. Hello, guys, and welcome back to Pretty Basic. I'm your co-host, Remi Cruz, and today we are joined by a very special co-host who has been on the podcast before. We've definitely done episodes before.
Yes.
But please introduce yourself to the audience.
I am Ollie, Insta baddie extraordinaire.
Yes. Perfect. Very simple, very
Insta
clean.
baddie, blogger,
I like it.
blogger.
Yes.
Activist.
Yes.
Oh wait, I'm doing the Bretman thing.
You are, honestly.
Actor, activist, scientist. On the side.
Chicken lover.
Chicken
mother.
Yeah, I resonate with that.
Thank you. You really do, actually. Yeah. You did have pet chickens, didn't you?
I did have a pet chicken.
And a pet duck named Alfredo.
Alfredo.
Yes, we love Alfredo.
I think of Alfredo.
We love Alfredo. Everybody, welcome Ollie to the podcast. I'm going to first apologize because it is late and I have since returning home been go, and I am exhausted, but I'm going to bring you my all. Honestly,
you're going to leave it all on the stage.
I'm going to leave it all, but also maybe I'll bring a calmer energy.
Oh my God.
Which maybe people will like.
Yes.
No, I'm feeling very meditative, very calm, very zen.
That's my vibe.
Honestly, no, and I like it, and I'm feeling good about it. So I apologize that I'm not screaming at you, but I'm sure a lot of you will like that. And thank you, Ollie, for stepping in because Alisha and I
has laryngitis. Big ass syndrome.
Yes. She really does. She's got a juicy booty.
She actually does.
No, she really does.
Girl?
No, she's got a great butt. But she is not here because she is recovering from laryngitis. And I swear, we had such an amazing trip. And I know so many people are excited for our Asia recap. And don't worry, you guys, it's still coming. But obviously, we can't recap it without her here. So
she's been putting that throat to work.
Next week, we will be recapping the Asia trip. And for now, we are letting her rest. She is home. It's almost her birthday. Partially the reason why I'm so tired right now is we were just doing so much birthday prep, which we will get into. But thank you, Ollie, for coming on. How have you been?
I've been great.
Great.
Yeah, I feel like April is going to be a really good month.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. How have you really been, though? Be honest with the audience and be honest with me.
Honestly, really good. Like I said, the spring has sprung.
Okay.
Depression is over. The sun is shining.
And I love that.
Yeah.
So you were depressed.
Oh, of course.
Let's talk about it. Let's get more into it. How have you been? Have you been really? Let's talk about all the stuff.
I feel like, well, I have seasonal affective disorder. I think that's the official title.
Okay.
So, when there's not a lot of sun, it's just very low energy.
People say that a lot, like seasonal depression, right?
Yeah,
that's the thing I know.
That's what I was officially diagnosed with. So like during winter time, I'm just
by like a doctor. You were actually
that was my main diagnosis.
And before you got that diagnosis, were you just intuitively like, oh, I feel weird today. Like I'm not as happy today, or I'm feeling off today.
I just feel like when it's just dark outside, like all day, I'm just like, I'm sad.
Interesting.
But for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a way where it's like more than just sad. Like you feel like you don't want to do things.
Yeah, exactly. Like extreme laziness, bed rotting. But like it's my rest season, hibernation. Yeah. I like to look at it positively.
I mean, that's the thing. If you feel that way, you just naturally are going to feel that way, and you shouldn't get mad at yourself for feeling that way. And I understand with the sun being out, it does just make you feel a lot happier.
Alive.
The vitamin D is a real thing.
The flowers are blooming.
Our allergies are allergying,
yeah.
but
sinuses are clogged.
Yep. Yeah. Oh my God, my allergies were so bad in Asia.
Yeah.
Because it was cherry blossom season.
Oh my God. Beautiful but threatening.
No, actually, like I was so excited to be both in Korea and Japan at that time because people will literally like plan their trips around the potential to maybe see the cherry blossoms.
That's why I thought you went.
No, it just so happened to be that time. It was perfect timing. And I was having the most amazing time. It was so beautiful. But then I was like, wait, why can I not breathe?
Yeah.
And I was sneezing so much. And I'm allergic to literally everything.
You really are.
Bees, pollen,
it could be a talent.
tree. Thank you. Trees, every single animal, it just affects me.
Bunnies.
And I know bunnies are actually like my top one.
Yeah.
Actually cats and bunnies. But with that being said, it was so beautiful, but such a horrible experience for my sinuses.
Yeah.
Again, we will get into that in the Asia recap episode. Don't you worry. But thank you so much for coming on the pod. I truly feel like I see like a spark in you in the past, like 6 months, 8 months, year, honestly.
Yeah.
And I'm just so happy, and I'm so...
a spark can turn into a fire.
It can. It can. And I'm just happy that you're doing so well.
Well, how are you?
Oh,
most importantly,
I am good. Thank you for asking. Not most importantly.
Coming.
Oh my God, you guys. Okay, let me give it to you straight. I am doing so well. I feel so lucky every single day to live this life. Like truly, I was driving around.
I want whatever she's having.
I don't know if it was yesterday or today, because honestly, like the days have been so crazy lately. There was some day that I was driving. I think it might have been this morning. I think it was this morning. I was leaving my workout.
Today.
I think it was today. I was leaving, and like the sky was so blue and it was so beautiful. And I was driving on the freeway, and I just see like the green hills, and I'm like, I am so lucky to be living, like truly.
There's something magical about spring.
I agree.
Yeah.
Except for the allergies.
Yeah.
I mean, like there's new life, little baby animals are everywhere.
It feels different.
I agree.
You feel a change
I
in the
actually
wind.
really don't like spring normally, but as I'm getting older, like I feel like I appreciate each season for a different reason.
Right.
But truly, like I'm so grateful to live this life, and I'm so blessed. And I feel like I've been extra grateful lately. I don't know if maybe it was like the trip that we went on, or just spending more time with my family, or like being in the wedding season. No, there's so many things to be grateful for. Yeah, period.
Yeah.
There's literally nothing else I can say to that.
Mic drop.
I've just been a little tired coming back with the jet lag, but like
good busy.
I'm so busy. I'm the busiest I've ever been in my entire life. The wedding is coming up, but even besides the wedding, like I am the busiest I've ever been with like work projects, and so much stuff is happening behind the scenes that you guys don't even see yet. And
gonna have an exciting announcement soon.
There's going to be an exciting announcement soon. There's just been a lot of stuff going on, which I'm so eternally grateful for. And some days I get a little bit overwhelmed. Like I think yesterday I was getting a little bit overwhelmed with everything, and just like being a little, like snappy, irritable, like with myself. I was just like, and I was being hard on myself, and I was like, no, Remi, you are so lucky to have this life.
Yeah.
Like think of Remi making videos in her room in high school, and like the opportunities that you've been given. I got a really cool opportunity today, and my agent and my manager called me, and they were like, hey, you got invited to do this thing. Like you've been working your whole career for this. And I was like, oh my God, like I know I'm going to say yes. I have to say yes, but also like I have a wedding to plan.
Yeah, literally.
I have so much going on right now. Like it's actually kind of not a
balance.
good timeline for me, but also I don't know. I'm also trying to figure out like when to say no, because like when do you say no? And I was talking about this with Cal today too. I was like, I feel like right now I am saying yes to everything, and I very rarely say no to opportunities that come up that are really cool, because I think of little Remi in my high school room, where I'm like, she would actually take a knife to my throat if she knew that I said no to this opportunity that I got, or something like that. But I am trying to find balance. But sorry, this is so long-winded. All to say, I was telling Cal that I feel like right now I'm saying yes to everything, and I'm traveling, and I'm doing the things, because once we have a family, I'm not going to be able to do it as much. And I never want to look back on my life and be like, man, I wish I did that. I wish I said yes to this, or, feel like I said no to an opportunity that maybe withheld me from something in the future. Yes. There's a very fine line between it, I will say, with, saying yes to too much and overworking yourself, and saying no too much, and, being maybe missing out on other opportunities. But I'll just say, I'm so grateful. I'm tired, but I'm grateful. And I mean, it's just, I feel so lucky to be in this era of my life right now, and like have so many cool things happen. And I just had this thought, actually. I remember I used to be on this pod, and I would talk about how like so many good things would happen. I'd be like almost waiting for the bad thing to come. And I haven't had that thought until right now in such a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that I no longer have that doomsday mentality. I haven't thought like that in so long. It just popped into my head right now.
Yeah. I think you've had a lot of PTSD that people don't even know about.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. Actually, I've been digging into that with my therapist lately about, Actually, we won't go into that. I'm going to keep that one private. But there's been something that we've been talking about where I'm like, wow, I didn't even know. And that's been really, really cool too. And I talked about this on BU. And we'll get it more into it with the Asia recap. But my mom and I.
So much.
No, my mom and I traveling together in Asia was, I mean, so healing in so many different ways. But we had one night where we really had this like really tough conversation. And it had to do with some stuff that I've been getting into with therapy.
Yeah.
And, she and I had this really hard, really long conversation. It was like a 3-hour conversation. And like, it was a roller coaster of emotions. Like it was good. And then we were like mad at each other. And then at one point I thought we were like maybe gonna like separate on the trip at one point. Cause it was very contentious and just, it was a deep, heavy conversation that we've been needing to have for a long time. But like, you know, I'm not gonna just go to her house and like sit down and like have this conversation. So it came up in a really kismet way. Yeah, it was perfect. And honestly, something that I think that both of us needed. Yeah. And it was really special that we also like had it in Korea together, especially because she was like born and raised and like a lot of her trauma honestly originated there as well. So it was a really good conversation. So we'll get more into that in the Asia episode. But all to say, wow, sorry, I just talked your ear off.
No, I loved it.
I'm so tired. Me talks for 15 minutes straight.
You're a yapper.
Oh my God. No, I cannot stop talking. Shane will get me the vlogs back and he's like, it's like an hour long and he calls it Rem Life the movie.
That's every vlog. Every time you upload, I'm like, damn,
I'm so
can't
sorry.
even get 10 minutes in.
No. And I have to say, literally, like yours and Alicia's vlogs are my favorite vlogs though.
Because they're so short.
I love you. I just love like your guys' content. You, Alisha, Kim Tai, Michelle Yeji, and Laura DIY. Those are my girls that I all watch.
Your girlies.
All my girls. Okay. Anyways.
Well, young Remi would be very proud of you.
Thank you. I love you.
I love you.
And I'm very excited. Like truly, I cannot wait in the next couple months. I mean, I have so many work things coming up, but also like I get to go do wedding taste testing. I get to do the bachelorette trip. We're planning. Literally, I just started the bachelorette group chat today. Bridal party. Cal's going on his bachelor trip. Like there's so much fun stuff.
I'll be there.
Big things happening.
In disguise.
You're going to go. Perfect. We'll wear wigs.
Moderating.
We'll shave our heads and we'll go on the golf course.
Yeah. We're gonna watch him.
We are.
All eyes on Cal.
We've got all eyes. No, just kidding. I trust him with my life and I love you, Cal. And I
but
can't
we'll
wait to get
post
married.
this location on Remi's story and you guys can look out for us. Okay?
Oh my God. Cal would quite literally
Your girlies would come through.
They would. Cal would quite literally never. And I say that with my full chest.
Hover hand. When he meets a woman.
I remember like the first ever Pretty Basic show that we did and Cal came to support me and then Cal ended up having a mini meet and greet, which he gets so like anxious and he is not for the lights funny. Whatsoever. One of my favorite memories ever. And I'm sure this will come up on during some wedding speech at some point, but when I brought Cal to the Spider-Man premiere, which was I think our second or third date.
That was insane.
That
was insane.
Here's the thing,
but in the best way.
But here's the thing, even if I never saw him again, like who cares?
Yeah.
Like
no, it
there
was
are other
camp.
premieres to go to.
It was camp of you.
I was looking camp right in the eye. And so Tommy was there as our publicist, as mine and Alicia's publicist. And I remember we got to the carpet. And truly, like, I just didn't think it was that big of a deal. I was like, oh, it's like an event. Like, who cares?
You're like, this is chill.
Events happen in
this
LA
is my
all the
daily
time.
life.
This is
Rem life.
This is Rem Life, the movie.
Yeah.
And so when we arrived, I was more anxious. You know, I've talked about this before, but I was more anxious about the hour-long car ride with him than like the experience because once you get there, there's people. To do. Yeah, you're talking about the movie. You're talking about seeing people, whatever. Like I was like, oh my God, I have to sit in the car because going from downtown to Hollywood at like 5 p.m. on a Friday, good luck.
Insane.
You're going to be an hour-long traffic. And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to talk to this boy about for an hour in traffic? But I remember we got to the carpet and Alisha and TK had already gone and done their thing because we were running late because we were in traffic. And so we get there and I'm like, I run on the carpet. I'm like trying to get my picture and like Tommy's like, go. Yeah. And I go and I take my picture and I'm like running. I don't even think about Cal because I'm like, he'll figure it out. It's fine. It's not, it's
really,
it's fine. I got to do this. And then I get to the end of the carpet and Tommy comes and finds me and he goes, he passed. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, I like him. I was like, what do you mean? He said that I guess as soon as I started running onto the carpet to do photos, Cal came up to Tommy and goes, hey, what's the best way to get around? Like, can you show me where to get around the carpet?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be in anything. Like, what's the best way? And Tommy was like, you passed.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there are a lot of guys in LA, and this didn't cross my mind.
The wannabe models, the actors.
That would be like, hey, like, where do I get my phone?
They want to get too.
And I understand that.
A lot of the guys in LA, I feel like, want to be Kardashians.
Content.
Yeah.
Yes.
Content, baby, content.
And you know what?
I think of him.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That is truly, if that's what they want, that's okay. Maybe not, that's not my partner.
Yeah.
But that is okay.
Like, that's not what I want in a man. I want you to take a picture of me and this fat ass.
Fat ass syndrome.
No, literally.
Okay. Well, we did ask you guys to ask us some questions on Instagram, and we do have them screenshotted.
There were a lot of inappropriate questions.
I did not see them.
Yeah, I don't know.
You guys, can you believe it? Wedding season is officially here, and I'm not just talking about Remi's wedding, okay? Between all the events and the other weddings I've already been to this year, I feel like I've honestly become a really good professional wedding guest at this point. And honestly, the hardest part isn't booking flights or even picking a gift. Sometimes it's just figuring out what to wear. And for this reason, this is why I love Aster the Label. They make it so easy to find the perfect dress for every single wedding event, and everything is under $250. The cutest dresses for literally any dress code, casual, semi-formal, cocktail, black tie, whatever it is. If you're a future bride like Remi, Aster the Label has so many stunning white dresses for engagement parties, rehearsal dinners, and bachelorette weekends. They make the whole process so much easier because you don't have to stress about finding something cute, high quality, and affordable. It's all right here. Also, you don't even have to go to a wedding. Aster the Label has so many cute pieces for everything else. Date nights, brunches, weekend trips, you name it. I have bought in their dresses many, many, many times for different events around LA. They seriously have everything. And I love that their dresses are so timeless. Like, these aren't trendy pieces that you'll only wear once. I know you'll be re-wearing them many, many, many times because I re-wear mine all the time. So if you have a wedding coming up, whether you're a guest, a bridesmaid, or the bride herself, do yourself a favor and check out Aster the Label. You're going to find the perfect dress without the stress. Visit asterthelabel.com and use code PRETTYBASIC at checkout for 15% off your order. That's ASTRTHELABEL.com and use promo code PRETTYBASIC, one word, for 15% off your order. You guys, it's okay. It happens. Sometimes we have a major reality check. And this kind of happened to me the other day when I finally sat down and went through some recent subscriptions. I talked about this a little bit ago. It was a humbling moment because I sat down and I realized I'd been paying for services I hadn't even used in years. And more embarrassingly, I didn't even know that I had. Humbling, guys, humbling. It's so easy to forget these things. Like, you sign up for a free trial thinking you'll remember to cancel it. And then boom, months later, you realize you've spent over hundreds of dollars spending money on things you don't even use. And it could have been way worse for me, but thankfully, Rocket Money caught it for me.
It's a personal finance app that helps find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and even helps lower your bills.
Before Rocket Money, I had no clue how many random little things I was subscribed to. It really, really adds up. And it's not just about canceling subscriptions. It's about actually understanding where my money is going. Like, Rocket Money's dashboard makes it so easy to see all of your spending in one place. I swear, once you have a clear picture, managing your finances feels way less overwhelming. You can even set up custom budgets, which has been a game changer for me. I love that I can separate my spending into categories like shopping, food, travel. It actually makes budgeting realistic instead of just guessing where my money went at the end of the month, and also fun. And Rocket Money actually scans your bills to see if they can lower them for you. Like, they'll negotiate with companies on your behalf so you don't have to sit and hold forever just to save a little money. Rocket Money also alerts you when your bills increase, when there's unusual spending, or if you're about to go over budget. It's like having a personal finance assistant in your pocket. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions. People are literally saving up to $740 a year just by using all the app's premium features.
Seriously, you guys, if you want to cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster, you need Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/prettybasic today. That's rocketmoney.com/prettybasic.
That's rocketmoney.com/prettybasic.
Okay, so Ollie screenshotted the questions and then he sent them to me. So I will read them. First up, what is Ollie's worst encounter with another influencer?
Oh my God, I have so many. What isn't the worst encounter with influencers?
Really?
No, like, oh my God. Well, work-wise, I've had horrible experience with influencers when I worked in marketing.
I was going to say, in case you didn't know, Ollie has worked on the brand side and also obviously is on the influencer side as well.
Yeah. So like I have a story there, and then I have a story.
Give us the
like
tea,
a
baby.
smaller story.
Give us the tea.
Okay. I'll make it short and sweet.
No, give us the tea. Please talk more.
Oh. I honestly, like, I'm trying to remember exactly, but I remember we did a brand deal and the management wanted us to meet in the office at the management's office.
Okay.
To meet the influencer and to kind of go over the campaign and just meet them in person, because we've never worked with them. It was going to be like a big campaign. I think like at least like 3 or 4 sponsorships. So it was going to be like 3 videos, 3 or 4. So the management really wanted us to meet them and make face, and we wanted them to actually see the products and make sure they like them and test them out. Because, you know, obviously as a brand, we want them to actually like the product. Because a lot of influencers will take stuff and not even test a product first, which is like a big thing. Like some people will be like, you know, a brand will reach out and they'll be like, how much? And it's like, can you try the product first? Damn. But in the beauty world, it's actually really common. Like they'll just want the money and they'll give it a good review as long as you pay them, which is kind of shitty. But the brand I worked for, it was really important for her that they actually tried the product first before she like sponsored anything.
Also with beauty, that's crazy too, because if the product doesn't look good on camera, like if it looks
but that's
bad,
why a lot of beauty people get in trouble, because, you know, they'll fake it.
I'll never get over like the lashes of it all. Like that one was crazy.
Or like even just like some brands will pay to give another brand like a bad review. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like they'll pay to be like, oh, like this foundation sucked. Like this is a good dupe. Or, you know, they'll do that. That's like a thing in the beauty world. It's very cutthroat.
But is that legal?
Probably not. It's not ethical,
I feel like
but
you
it's
can't.
a check is a check, I guess.
And maybe they can't trace it or something too, but that's really crazy. I didn't know that.
It's super
They'll
common.
pay people to do bad reviews?
Yes, it's really common. I think Jeffree talked about it like at some point.
Oh my God.
But it's very true. I've seen it. I've seen it get exposed on TikTok. There's like a Instagram called like Essay
dangerous.
Laundry or something. And they expose like tea on the beauty sphere.
Love that name. That's a really good name.
Yeah. Okay. So we get to the office. It was like me, the CEO, and like the other people on the social team. We're like super excited. I'm a fan of this girl's content. I like think she's like iconic. And then she comes in, I think an hour late with her dog. The dog's running around the office. It was a huge dog, like this big, running around the office. And it was like a long table. And the dog's running around the office, like literally knocking shit down. And then the girl was like absolutely 0 stitch of makeup. Did not look anything like her videos, which I thought was iconic. And then like the dog just like ramping.
I don't like when people bring their dogs like to
it was just hot
business
meetings.
That's crazy.
And keep in mind, like my CEO, like she's from Korea. She's very reserved, like very like formal, like very professional, like, you know, like, so she was just
means
like
business.
She was caught off guard.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, because, you know, like in this video, like she's just a very glamorous girl. So like we just, I don't know, we expected an image and we got a different one, you know?
Yeah.
So the whole time, like she wasn't paying attention to what was happening. She didn't really care about the product. She was clearly there just for the check. So then, obviously, like, while we're there, she's like, oh my God, I love everything, you know? So, you know, clearly she wants the bag, which get your bag, girl. So we move forward, and then her management just keeps contacting us, and they're just like, hey, like, she's not sure about like the idea. And we're like, the tutorial? Like, what do you mean? Like, and then they just kept asking
I just remembered that. I remember the story.
They just kept asking us for video ideas. And like, keep in mind at the time, I was just a social coordinator. I wasn't like head of the marketing or anything, just social coordinator. And I'm like, I don't get paid enough.
Also, I have never asked a brand for a video idea.
They asked for 5 from me to think of the concept.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how other people work, but I will come up with my own ideas unless...
Because you know what works best.
But sometimes, I will say, sometimes brands will
have their own
a
idea,
specific campaign in mind. Like, let's say they're promoting, like, this phone case, and they're like, we want the
drop
phone
test.
case to be, you need to do a drop test. So then like you are pitched the idea
of like dropping on a stairwell.
We're doing this campaign. You'll have to drop it. Do you feel comfortable doing that? Yes or no? And then obviously we say yes, you're going to do that. Otherwise, if there's no idea attached, it's your job to come up with your own idea. So that's
like, you would be like, like I'll drop it off the hill when we're hiking or something, you know, something on brand. But yeah, it was just a mess. And like, that was just like my first like weird experience. But being friends with, you know, celebrities, Remi and Alisha, I've met so many like huge influencers, and they won't be nice to me, but they'll be like kissing your ass. But you've seen that yourself. Like, I think especially at Coachella, because that's literally like the Olympics of influencers. Yeah. I'll meet so many like big creators, and like they'll be literally kissing you guys' ass, and I'm just staying there like, anyways.
It's so annoying.
And I'm like, damn, I liked your videos.
I hate when that happens. I hate when
I love a humble influencer though. And what's funny is it's usually the bigger ones that are the nicest. Yeah. Like Bretman Rock.
Yes.
Literally the nicest influencer I've ever met.
Yes. I feel like also you can really see
who's authentic.
Authenticity and genuineness on like through the camera too.
Yeah.
I totally see.
You had a bad experience too.
I did. Okay, here's the thing. This question I feel like is such a go-to Q&A question. And I feel like I always am like, I don't know, like I haven't had a bad one. I finally had. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't horrible. I was just really bummed because I really liked the person.
A fan.
That's the thing. What happens is like, I just wish I didn't even say anything. Like, I wish I had just kept my mouth shut, and I wish that I never had said, like, had the courage to go up and say hi, because then this would have never happened. Yeah. But that's also besides the point. Like, they should be nice, obviously. Yeah. So
Remi's nice.
It's a two-way street. It's one thing if this was like a normal brand event. Right. Alisha and I were like heavily involved in this event. So like we were partially hosting it, like we were hosts of the event.
It was your birthday party.
It was my birthday. No. But just know, like, that little extra information just takes it a step further, because it's not like I was an influencer going up to another influencer at an influencer event. Like, we were literally there, like, working the event, and like people were invited.
You were like the host,
knowing we were like hosting it. So like that really was just the cherry on top. And I worked I was like waiting for a long time to like open and say hi, but like they were busy and they were doing things, and I was like, okay. And so finally, like they've been taking photos of themselves for 2 hours.
Okay.
I'm not exaggerating.
I like her already.
Queen. No, like
slay.
Besides the point.
8.
Obsessed.
Yeah. You better get that IG.
And you know what?
Yeah.
She was probably stressed.
Yeah.
She had taken, I'm sure, a lot of photos.
Yeah.
And so
her fingers were hurting.
Her face was probably hurting from like
being
posing.
frozen.
Yeah. Like, I understand. And so I walked up to her finally, and I was like, hi, just wanted to say, like, I actually, to be honest, there was like, we had some common ground.
Yeah.
I won't give away too much,
because
girls. I don't want to give anything too much away.
Yeah.
But there was some sort of common ground. I was like, oh my God. Hi, I like da-da-da-da.
Both like dogs.
I kid you guys not. She's looking at the photos of herself on her G7X or whatever her camera was, clicking. And she's like, oh, does not look up, does not look at me, just is looking at photos of herself. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, it was really good.
Keep in mind, Remi's really bubbly, so she's probably like,
I literally said it just like this. Hi, oh my God, I just wanted to say.
Wait, can I be her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey. I'll call you Michelle.
Okay.
Hi, Michelle. I just wanted to say, oh my God, this thing that you did, I loved it so much. I actually almost just did the same thing. Like, isn't that person amazing?
Yeah.
It was literally like that. And I was like, oh, okay. I kid you not.
Said, well, I'll just go fuck myself.
I had like 1,000 thoughts going through my mind too, where I was like, I felt like time stopped. Also, more than anything, I was like, oh, I hope no one else saw that.
It was like when Alisha told you how many followers she had.
No, that wasn't even bad. And also, like truly in this moment, I was more of just like, oh, this is so embarrassing, because like I hope no one else heard. Like that's what I was so embarrassed by, because again, like we were like hosting an event.
It was like a cringe moment.
No, I was so like, and I was more just like, you stupid bitch. Why did you even go up to this person? Like, are you serious? Like, you didn't deserve to talk to her, obviously.
Oh, girl.
And so I've never in my life had a moment where I was like, oh, I don't know what to do. And I just like, I looked and I saw the food and I was like, I'm just going to go to the food. And I just like started picking up burgers.
You start serving her. You make her a plate. You're like, oh, you looked hungry.
Hi, do you want anything? Can I get you a drink?
Oh, you have brownie? Oh,
yeah. Oh my God.
I'll get behind the bar. It's okay.
Oh my God, wait, you need to step over there. Yeah, like, I'll put my body on the ground. It was actually so mortifying and so embarrassing for me at the time. But now I look back, I laugh, and also I'm sad for her. I'm like embarrassed for her because I'm like, that's not how you treat anybody, influencers or anything like that. But I will say I was not the only one to have an experience like that throughout the night. Let me just say that, because everyone collectively was like, wait, you had that? Wait, me too.
Yeah,
so
that's the worst.
More than anything, I'm just like, damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
But also,
it sucks when someone's not who they perceive to be online.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And that happens a lot in the influencer space.
It's true. It's true. And here's the thing. We all have off days.
Yeah.
Everybody makes mistakes. I'm sure I would never want anyone to have a bad impression of me. I'm sure there are people that I've met who are like, she's a bitch. Yeah. And I never meant to give that off.
I don't think anyone would ever think you're a bitch.
I'm sure there are. Impossible. I've been doing this for 13 years. I am not always the nicest person.
Comment down below if you think she's a bitch.
No, please. Actually, please don't.
Stay silent.
Please. Here's the thing. Like, we're all human. Not everybody is nice every single day of the year.
You're a bitch to me today.
I'm sure I was. I'm tired. I'm sure I was. I'm sure I've been a bitch to everybody at some point in my life. But I know I'm not a bitch every day of my life. You know what I mean?
Daisy's like.
Daisy, Momo, and Luna. Okay, next question. That was so long-winded.
That was great.
What does Ollie think about Cal?
Oh, God, I don't want to answer.
Okay,
no, I'm kidding.
Next question.
What do I think about Cal? I think he's so funny. He's so nice. He's so special. He's so thoughtful. He's so tall. He treats and eats you well.
Ollie.
What do you think of Cal?
They didn't ask me.
I'm asking you.
What do I think of Cal? I think Cal is genuinely, you know what? Remember how I just said there's no one in this world who's nice every single day?
Yeah.
Cal is nice.
Painfully nice.
Every single day. Truly. I can put like the number of times on my hand where he's been maybe 3%.
Tell them about our car ride.
Okay, Ollie told me that one time Cal picked Ollie up to take him somewhere. I forget.
And he was being so nice. Like he wanted to chat.
Yes, they were in the car. Cal was driving. Ollie was in the passenger seat.
And it was a long ride.
And I think maybe you guys were like, it was maybe like meeting me in Orange County or something.
It was at least 2 hours.
It was a far drive. And I guess in the beginning, and Ollie's texting me, and Cal was just like making small talk, like
so much,
like could not leave a second of
incredibly
of air.
nice.
He's the sweetest person in the world.
Yeah.
And then, he's just like, oh, like small talk, weather.
Yeah.
How's your life? How's your mom? Everything.
Yeah.
And then at one point, Ollie just goes, hey. We don't have to talk the whole time. Yeah. Like we are close enough now that we can sit in silence.
Yeah.
And Cal was like, oh, like, and
he was
here's the
so
thing.
relieved.
I know Cal, and I was gonna say I know he really appreciated that.
His brain chemistry shifted.
But
once
also,
I broke the fourth wall there.
I wasn't there, but I'm sure to some degree also like your guys' relationship changed since that day too, because like truly being able to sit with your friend in silence is a whole new level of friendship unlocked. It's true.
I was like, we don't have to talk the whole time, I
love that. Cal, Zane, and I were together today for like all day. Oh, I didn't even get into the birthday of it all. Yeah. I'll get into that in a second. And we were driving to Orange County. So we drove like an hour and a half, and like an hour into the ride, I was like, oh, none of us have spoken the entire ride. And I was like, oh my God. We
did
reached a new level of friendship. I didn't even realize, which is really cool.
What is that called? Like cross playing? When you just like sit next to each other and don't like you're like on your phone.
Coexisting?
No, it's called something. People will know in the comments.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I do love Cal.
Like you'll be knitting and I'll be like drawing.
I mean, that's what you and I do every day.
It's like a thing.
Yeah. Well, I love that. And it's truly like, I think that it just speaks to the comfortability that you have with someone and like the safeness that you have with someone, because I find myself definitely sometimes I get in the car and I'm like, oh my God, I need to like keep up the conversation the entire time. I don't want them to like think this of me or whatever, or think I'm boring or something. And it's like, well, I don't care.
Perform.
Because like,
to be a girl is to perform.
To be a woman is to perform. Okay. Next question. We'll end with the Alisha birthday stuff. How about that? Okay. Tell me your fave memory together.
Obviously the Lana moment.
Yes.
Like that is like a duh moment. But I'm trying to think. I mean, there's like so many I can think of. Like, oh my God, I remember in Hawaii when he took me for my birthday and I was being such a bitch that morning. I don't know why. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
That's right.
And Remi was like, we're going to breakfast. And it was like 8 a.m. And I was like, why are you waking me up? I was so triggered. Like, I literally woke up annoyed. And I'm like, and I like literally told myself, I'm like, bitch, why are you annoyed? We're in Hawaii. Wake up. And then you're like, oh, I'm going to breakfast. And keep in mind, I don't eat breakfast. So I was confused why she was waking me up for breakfast. And then I was like, wait, I'm not going to breakfast, girl. I have to edit. And then whatever, I was editing. And then I was just like taking my sweet time. And Remi kept being like, girl, like, you should really come to breakfast. Like, it'll be fine. And keep in mind, like, I think I only went to breakfast like once during that trip because I would just skip and sleep in. And then she was like, no, like, you should come. It'll be real fun. And then she posted my birthday photo and then she left. And then in the caption, she was like, P.S. come to breakfast. I was like, this bitch won't give up the damn breakfast. Like, what is it about the breakfast? And I was being such a bitch that day. And then I called my friend and I was just like, hey girl, like, or my friend called me to say happy birthday. And she's like, oh, what are you doing? I was like, oh, like my friends are down at breakfast, but I'm editing. And she's like, it's your birthday. Like, go have breakfast with your friends. Like, why are you editing? Like, why are you being lame?
Antonia?
Yeah.
Love
and
her.
she was like, why are you being lame? And I was like, oh my God, you're so right. Like, why am I being weird and like such a bitch right now? Like, why am I not at breakfast in Hawaii?
We all have those days.
Yeah. And then I was like, okay. And then I like
wasn't
got ready.
mad. I wasn't mad.
No, you weren't mad. I was just a bitch for no reason. So then I got ready and then I came downstairs. Everyone's wearing a wig. I didn't recognize anyone and they're all wearing wigs of me. And they all dress up as me and they had like a cute, that's why they were trying to give me, they had this whole surprise thing planned and it was so cute.
Honestly, it made for such
And
a good memory
I felt
though.
so bad after. I was like, and they waited an hour and literally the server was like, you know, they decorated an hour ago. And I was like, yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware I'm a fucking bitch.
Honestly, though, it made for a way better story.
Yeah.
And it made for, we had plenty of time to get our content.
Yeah.
We were making friendship bracelets.
Yeah, you guys were having a ball.
No, we were going to be there all day. We loved baking in the sun, honestly. That whole
We're
trip.
good vacationers because we just do what we both want to enjoy and do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Like you like to lay.
I like to
play.
I love to, I'm really like, I'm very appeasable and adaptable on a trip.
Yeah.
Like you want to go
you
do
like
50
to lay,
things in a day.
you like
that's
to eat,
fine.
and you like to shop.
That's my thing. Okay. My favorite memory of us together. I mean, everything you named.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm trying to think of one that maybe is a little more obscure. Honestly, at the time, it was not fun at all. But when we brought Luna, for those of you who don't know, Lunagate, I did get Ollie a puppy for Christmas.
Honestly, iconic of you.
This was 2 years ago, and I did tell him beforehand, and there was this whole lead up to it, and I just really wanted him to have a Daisy. If I could have everyone in the world who wants a dog have a Daisy, not just like her looks, although she is beautiful and gorgeous and such a
Con Air model.
beautiful face. I had my friend Sydney come over and she did my hair yesterday and she just kept looking at Daisy's face. She's like, that one's face, stunning. I was like, I know. I tell her all the time. The psychic did tell me to tell her she's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I do. And so I just wanted, more than that, the bond that I have with Daisy. And I always see this meme online that's like, there is a very special bond between a girl in her 20s and the dog that she gets on her own. It's like I could cry. I could actually cry talking about it because like she means so much to me. That's your girl. She's gotten me through literally every phase of my life since the day that I got her. Yeah. And I was thinking about it because Cal and I were just talking like, oh my God, like when we do eventually move, like it's the first move for Momo and Luna. Yeah. But Daisy's moved with me 5 times. Like she moved with me from my apartment or my college house to my first apartment where it was just her and I. Robbed. To my next apartment. She wasn't in the dorms, unfortunately. And then she moving to she would have stopped her with her hand on the door.
I saw that.
I just wanted that bond that I have with her for you to have.
But you can't predict the dog's personality, and we learned that the hard way, baby. We thought we were going to get a Momo or a Daisy.
I truly, and I forgot that Daisy was like a little bit of a crazy puppy. Like I forgot because she's such a perfect angel dog now. And Momo was the most perfect puppy. Angel.
I thought dogs were like that too.
I thought they were too. Yeah. I forgot because it'd been like so long since I got Daisy. Well, Luna was a bit of a handful.
Yeah.
And
extreme separation anxiety.
Yes. And also
special needs.
It was a COVID puppy. Yes. She's got a lot of things that she needs a little more help with. And so with that all being said, when we brought her home, it was a trying experience. She screamed for like days on it. Like, I'm not kidding you guys.
We did not sleep.
Like, I left her in the crate downstairs because we were crate training her. I left her in the crate to try and get a lick of sleep upstairs in my room. She was in the crate downstairs. I am fully upstairs in my room, doors closed, earplugs in, and I can still hear her shrieking.
Yeah,
like it was sad. It was so heartbreaking. And honestly, she's a great dog now. Yeah. She's amazing. She's so perfect and great.
She's evolved.
But for those 2 weeks that it was just you and I, where we were trying to figure it out. We were having
nervous breakdowns.
We were like, I don't know what to do, but we really bonded and we really did a good job together.
We raised a baby together.
And truly, Ollie came to me and he was like, Remi, I love you and like, thank you so much. But like, I can't take this dog to my apartment. I will be evicted. And I totally understood that. And also, again, it was my fault. So that's why I have 3 dogs, but she's perfect and amazing and they're all getting along.
She's living the rich life. So she lucked out.
She loves her life.
I would love to be one of your dogs personally.
She's so happy.
Erewhon every day. Strollers.
Don't even. They do love the stroller.
All right, guys, we need to talk about one of my new favorite lip products. Right now, YSL Beauty just dropped their YSL Loveshine Plumping Lip Oil Gloss, and I am obsessed. I know I say I'm obsessed with a lot of lip products, but this is just not any lip gloss, okay? It's oil infused, so it gives you that super juicy, glossy shine while keeping your lips hydrated. And the best part is that it makes your lips look plumper without that intense, uncomfortable, tingling, and burning feeling. I have a love-hate relationship with plumping gloss, okay? I'm gonna say it. Love-hate relationship. And some of them are just a little too intense that it makes me not really want to use the products that often. And this is not like that. This one is so different. It has a spicy ginger oil and hyaluronic acid, so it's hydrating and gives the perfect soft plumping effect. And the jumbo one feels like a little luxury moment every time I apply the gloss. It sounds weird, but the applicator makes such a big difference for me. Let me know if you try it. It's seriously so good. It glides on so smoothly and the formula is so lightweight. It's not heavy. It's not sticky. Emphasis on not sticky. Just pure glossy hydration. I swear the second I put it on, my lips feel so soft and nourished. Personally, I've been really into Pink Pleasure. I believe that's shade number 4. It's like the perfect everyday pink for me, and it just gives that fresh, effortless vibe that I love. I also do really like shade 2. I think it's Nude Desire. I feel like it's the perfect My Lips but better gloss. So it doesn't really look like I'm wearing that much, but it's so good. So no matter what your vibe is, there's a shade for you, whether you want a soft nude, a classic pink, or something with a little pop. If you guys are looking for a lip gloss that makes your lips feel as good as they look, this is it. Shop all 9 dreamy shades of the YSL Loveshine Plumping Lip Oil Gloss now at Sephora. Y'all, we have to talk about Rakuten because if you are not using it while you shop, you are literally leaving money on the table, okay? If I was to throw $20 on the ground right in front of you and walk away, you would grab it, right? So why don't you do that when you're shopping online? Rakuten is literally giving you money and you aren't just leaving it there on the floor. We love Rakuten at Pretty Basic. We talk about them all the time and it's because we've been using them for years and I have saved so much money. Rakuten is seriously the smartest way to save money when you shop because you earn cash back at over 3,500 stores. We're talking fashion, beauty, electronics, home essentials, travel, dining, concert tickets, so much more. Pretty much anything you're already buying, you could be getting money back on Rakuten. Also, I'm not talking about random stores, you guys. It's not like 3 stores that you never shop from. No, these are the stores we all love and shop at regularly. They have Nike, Ulta, Sephora, Urban Outfitters. The list truly goes on. You can get cash back for literally just getting the restocks of things you're repurchasing. Also, listen up. This is why I love it. It is so easy. Here's how it works. Your favorite stores pay Rakuten to bring in shoppers, and Rakuten passes a portion of that payment back to you as cash back. There's no catch. It's just an easy way to save. This is one thing that's not too good to be true. And getting your cash back is so easy. You can have it sent straight to your PayPal account or even as a check in the mail. So if you haven't signed up yet, what are you waiting for? It's completely free, takes just a few minutes, and then you are set to start saving every time you shop. Get the Rakuten app now and join the 17 million members who are already saving. Cashback rates change daily. See Rakuten.com for details. That's Rakuten, Rakuten.
Your cash back really adds up. Okay. Oh my God. Talk about both of y'all's weight loss journey.
So we used to be fat, now we're skinny.
Just our weight loss journey. I've talked about it so many times.
So you've noticed?
So you think I'm skinny? I'm not going to talk about mine too much because I've talked about it so many times and people know. I've yo-yoed my whole life.
Yeah.
Right now, I feel the healthiest I ever have in my own skin. I feel so healthy. I feel so strong.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of myself, and I feel like I've truly changed my lifestyle and my relationship with food. And like, it's so much more than just losing weight for me right now, sitting on this couch. Like, I truly, the way that I can eat food now and just like enjoy meals and enjoy food as a way to bring people together, and I'm not like, you know, overeating in a way where I'm like binging, and I'm not like anxiety with eating with anxiety, thinking about like, oh my God, well, how many calories was this? And like, oh, well, I already ate this today, and like going through my head, like, well, what did I eat? And like things like that. Like the freedom I have now has been so freeing and in so many ways more than one. And I'm in such a good place, and I'm so grateful. And I feel like I truly changed my lifestyle, and I feel pregnancy is something that I used to really, really get worried about. I mean, first off, just the idea of could I get pregnant because of my weight and my PCOS and everything. And then also being like, oh my God, well, you know, being pregnant while overweight is really dangerous for you and for the baby. Those thoughts. I've had thoughts about, you know, like once I have the baby or once I am pregnant, you know, am I going to be able to lose the weight after? Like what's going to happen? And I feel like I've made enough lifestyle changes where I can implement them when I get pregnant and after I have the babies and things like that. So I'm just in a really good place mentally, physically, emotionally, all the things. And I'm very proud of myself. Boom, done. You go.
Like, how can I top that?
No.
I think for me, it was very interesting because I went from someone, okay, so I think in like middle school, I was husky.
We did just talk about this the other day.
I was a husky girl. And then in like later middle school, I got taller and then I kind of evened out. And then I've been super skinny since. So for me, it was interesting because I went from like skinny to gaining weight and a lot of weight. I think in COVID, I gained a lot of weight as everyone did.
We all did, yeah.
And then I started having really bad anxiety, and then I went on anxiety medication. And then once I started being on anxiety medication, which that was a whole roller coaster, girl. Check out my YouTube if you want to see all of that mess. But I started the medication in like December, and then it was just like really adjusting to medication is so dark. Like you saw me, I was like comatose on your couch, like unwell.
We would like go to lunch with friends and Ollie wouldn't be able to speak the entire lunch.
Because I was just like so anxious and oh my God, just so weird. And then I didn't feel like myself at all. And then when you're in that headspace, you also don't care about anything in a weird way as well. So it's like you're disturbed the whole time, but you also don't care about anything. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So like, obviously, like I've always been an emotional eater. So like during that time, I was definitely eating more than usual in general, but also on antidepressants, you gain weight. It's a insanely common side effect. The doctor told me before he even prescribed me, he was like, the main side effect is weight gain, but people usually once, you know, the medication regulates and you're back to your feeling your normal self, you usually drop the weight pretty quickly.
And when you heard that, were you in such a state that you were like, I don't even care?
Oh, I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, bitch, I want to live. So give me that medication. So I got on it, and then, oh my God, the cravings were horrendous, girl. But it was annoying because like, obviously like my mood was more mellow. And oh my God, the first month was crazy on the medication though, because I simply did not give a fuck. I lost my ability to give a single fuck. But it was kind of scary because I was like, I really don't give a fuck. Like, if anyone pisses me off, I don't give a fuck. Like, if I'm late, I don't give a fuck. Like, if I'm whatever, I just didn't give a fuck about anything.
When you say someone pisses you off and you don't give a fuck, you mean like, whatever, I don't even care, or you're like, I will like fight you, like you get like mad, like I don't give a fuck?
It was more like I don't care, like
wow,
like I literally like don't,
like nothing matters.
Yeah, I was just like, anyways, like but
good,
it was almost a
great way to live.
Yeah, it was very freeing. Like I genuinely didn't give a fuck. Amazing news. And then I was like, oh, this is so great. But then I didn't give a fuck about what I was eating. So it was giving 3-4 meals a day. It was giving dessert for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It was giving cheese fries. It was giving double. It was giving super size me. And I didn't think this would like add to my weight gain. Like I was just like, yeah, like I'll gain like 5-10 pounds. Oh no, those 5-10 pounds, it turned into 20, turned to 30. I didn't even notice, like, because when you're anxious / depressed, you don't look at yourself. You don't care about your appearance. So I didn't even notice I was gaining weight. I was just like, I'm thick. I'm dumb thick. And then, so then I went to a doctor, and the doctor's like,
syndrome.
You have high cholesterol. You're not dumb thick.
And you were also like almost pre-diabetic.
Yeah.
We were both
I
almost
by
were.
1 point.
Oh, you were.
It was 0.1 pre-diabetic.
Oh my God. I think I was like a couple points away, or like 1 point away from being pre-diabetic.
0.1 pre-diabetic.
Wow.
Scary. So I also gained over 25 pounds from starting the medication, which when I started the medication, the doctor told me to lose weight. So additionally, from me already being unhealthy, I gained an additional 25 pounds on top of that. Yeah. So then I went to another doctor, and then that's when I got on the tirzepatide. And then I lost weight, which I talked about more in my vlog that's coming out recently. I'm just plugging my vlog over and over again. But genuinely, I just talked about this in my vlog. So I'll save all of that. Check out my vlog if you want to hear like how much weight I lost and all that tea. So
all the tea people want to know.
Yeah.
And how's your experience been?
Experience has been amazing. Thank God I've had no side effects, because I have extreme health anxiety, as you know. Yeah. So my biggest thing was like, oh my God, like, am I not going to be able to eat? Oh my God. Another thing is like, I have this like phobia of like, oh my God, if I don't eat, I'm going to faint, or like, you know what I mean? Like just like anxiety about everything, or like, oh my God, am I going to have these crazy side effects I see on like Twitter or like TikTok, or like people like yo-yoing with their weight or whatever. And then I didn't have any, which is, I got so lucky.
I will say, I mean, that's why it is really important to find like to build a healthy lifestyle off of it, because when you do get off of it, or even like when you still are on it, it's really important to take care of yourself, obviously. So I think that's really
I learned
good.
a lot from you.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm so glad. I feel like I often in my head, when you think of like, when you hear healthy lifestyle, I still sometimes.
You don't know what that means.
Initially, I think because of like diet culture and what I've been through and what we've all been through.
It's just salads.
I immediately think like work out every day, salads, like, okay, healthy lifestyle, go for walks, do this. And I'm like, no. Healthy lifestyle is actually finding a balance. Yeah.
And
That's
not
like
fucking binging.
No. And like, it's not, you don't have to work out every day. It's walking when you can. It's like, I'm
getting
still working
movement
through that.
in. Yeah.
Absolutely. I have a question. How's your body dysmorphia? Do you have body dysmorphia?
Oh my God. Honestly, yeah. Okay, this is going to sound weird, but like even when I gained weight, I felt like I didn't look big. It's like a delusional way.
I can completely relate to that, where you don't.
I didn't realize.
I think everyone feels that way. Like you don't. It's hard for you to see, especially because you look at yourself every day. Yeah. So it's really hard for you to notice. It really is.
And then even now, like at my current weight, I'm still like, what? I need to still lose weight. And it's such a slippery slope. Yeah. Luckily, like I'm like doing this with a doctor. So like she's the one who will tell me like, this is the healthy weight you need to be at.
Yeah.
Versus like, you know, some people will get this medication and be able to do it at home and stuff. And that's a little worrisome because I can see where it becomes a slippery slope where, you know, even you see some celebrities like overdo it. But like, it's such a slippery slope because I feel the same at every weight. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like with body dysmorphia, you're just like insecure 24/7.
I will
At
say
any weight.
I've been through
Yeah.
body dysmorphia. I mean, I think I've kind of had body dysmorphia I've had body dysmorphia my whole life.
Yeah.
Because even to some degree, I guess like you looking at yourself in the mirror and not being able to
Like see yourself.
Yeah, I guess that is to some degree body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
When I'm thinking about it, for me, I remember a distinct time. I don't remember exactly which time in my journey of life it was, but I remember looking in the mirror and being like, whoa, wait,
Yeah.
my face looks different.
Yeah.
Like I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like I looked unrecognizable to myself, but obviously
Yeah.
that didn't happen overnight. It just
Yeah.
like, I was like, wait, something looks different about me.
Yeah.
But for me right now, I definitely, again, I feel like everybody, especially if you've gone through a weight loss journey to any degree, you have some sort of body dysmorphia. And I will say I definitely have been clocking it more recently, but it's in a different way.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I went through my weight loss journey, and I think it also probably has to do with the fact that like the first time I went through it, when I went through a weight loss journey, I was really unhealthy about it.
Yeah.
I was working out 1 to 2 times a day. I was under eating severely.
Yeah.
I was.
But that's at that time, that was what they would tell you to do.
Yeah. Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I was like doing cardio 24/7. I was working out like so much, lifting weights, all the things.
Yeah.
And not eating enough. I didn't know about my PCOS nearly
Yeah.
as much as I do now. I wasn't doing everything in the way that I should have been doing it.
Yeah.
And my body dysmorphia at that time was telling me, I'd look in the mirror and be like, you know, you're fat, this
Yeah.
and that, like you're this size, like you haven't lost any weight, like you still need to lose like another 50 pounds. Like
Yeah.
it was really negative. Whereas I'm definitely going through body dysmorphia again now,
Yeah.
but it's a lot more
It's
gentle
different, yeah.
in my head where I'm like, it's more of like, even today we did a fitting for Coachella
Yeah.
and I put on a shirt and I was like, oh wow, this isn't, I guess I changed sizes. I was like, oh, can I get a smaller size? I was just like, oh, can I get a smaller size now?
Yeah.
And I got a new size and then that one fit, but it was like,
You were just like, huh?
I
Who
wasn't
is this?
even, and here's the thing.
Yeah.
In the past, I would have been like, yes, oh my God, I'm a
Right.
smaller size. Like, that's amazing. And instead, now I'm like, oh,
It's kind of just like, okay.
but also I have
Yeah.
a better understanding of clothing now where I'm like, oh, because here's the thing. Even today, I put on, they asked my sizing before I went, and I told
Yeah.
them, they asked for jean sizes. And here's the thing, as we all know, jeans are so different with every
Yes,
single
yeah.
brand. And the size that I had asked for was way too small. And I was like, okay. And so then I even told the girl, I was like, I've learned in this brand in Guess Jeans, I am this size. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Like, can we change the size then? Whereas I feel like in the past, I would have been like, no, like, oh my God, like this sucks. Or I would have been celebrating getting a smaller size where now I'm just like, okay, like maybe this top runs differently. Like when I got back from Asia, because actually when I went, I had brought so many clothes, enough clothes for every single day. And I didn't even think that I didn't think about the shopping I was going to
Yeah.
do. And I brought so many clothes and I was like, okay, this is my outfit for this day. This is my outfit for
Right.
that day. I got there and none of my pants fit.
Yeah.
Like I had 2 pairs of jeans that fit and that was really it. And so I wore jeans the entire trip,
Yeah.
other than if I found pants there that I really liked and I was able to wear them once I bought them there. And so when I came home, I tried my entire closet on again. And I was like, okay, I think officially, because I've been in between sizes for a
Yeah.
while. And I'm like, okay, I think officially now I've gone down a size. So I need to obviously like find-
Adjust. Yeah.
Tops are different. Obviously, tops can be a little bigger. Pants, they were like getting too big that they were falling down.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, it's time. And I feel like
It's such a weird feeling.
such
Yeah.
a weird feeling. And I feel like in the past, though, it would have been a very celebratory
Yes,
thing
yeah.
for me. Whereas now I was just like, okay, like they don't
Moving
fit.
on.
It's time to move on.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I do think like body dysmorphia doesn't always have to be like
Crazy.
end all,
yeah.
like crazy, like horrible thing. But I do think it is a testament to me having a better, healthier mindset now.
So something funny about men's pants is, which don't fact check this. So like if your waist is like a size 36, men's pants actually say 34.
Oh.
So it's actually a scam for men to
Interesting.
feel like they're smaller. It's not tea.
Oh.
Don't fact check this.
Well, Also, I didn't realize. So is that inches? Is the number your inches around your waist?
It's supposed to be, yeah.
T.
But
I thought they just kind of made numbers up.
but the thing is, on a 36-inch waisted man, like if you actually measured him, he would be a 34 in jeans, which is interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah. I mean, at the end of
Makes
the
you
day,
wonder.
It is all just made up. So like, who actually cares?
Yeah, literally.
What is the biggest misconception surrounding your friendship?
Ooh. I know one, but I'm curious what you think.
I kind of like don't really know misconceptions about our friendship.
I think one common misconception, which I feel like we've talked about on this podcast before, is people think that like I'm a yes man when I'm a no man.
Actually, it's so true.
Yeah.
And that's why my mom loves you so much.
Yeah.
Truly. Like,
I'm like the first one to tell Remi and Alisha, hell no.
Yeah, that's actually very, very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. My mom is someone who is very prone to giving criticism.
Yeah.
And when she met you, she was like, I like him because he keeps it real. And she sees that and knows that. Here's the thing. You're also our biggest cheerleader when you need to cheer us on. But I do know that you will always be honest, which I very much appreciate.
I'll wrangle you guys back.
Oh, I love this. Okay. What to do when you feel like you've outgrown a friend?
Block them.
I cannot with you. And then also, you know what? We'll apply this to the next one. Yeah.
That's so hard. I think an honest communication.
Yeah.
It has to be so real. Because the thing is, like, if they're your actual friend, you can't just, like, ghost them.
Yeah.
I feel like, I know me personally, like, I think for me, I would, like, being so honest and not being fake. It's like, if I was outgrowing someone, I would definitely add distance. And I feel like at some point they would pick up on it, and then I would have to be honest with them. But I don't, knowing me, because I'm kind of an anxious person, like, I don't think I would, like, out of nowhere be like, yeah, we've outgrown each other, you know? Like, I think I would just, like, put distance and see if they would also put in distance, and it would be mutual.
Yeah.
And then if it was mutual and then it was a honest fizzle out, that's great.
Yeah.
And then it's less awkward. We see each other when we see each other. Or if they're like a little more attached to the friendship and they're like, hey, like I noticed like we haven't been hanging out as much. Is everything okay? That's when I would have the honest combo.
I have a question. Before you put in distance, would you start having conversations with them or would you not?
Knowing me, I wouldn't, because I would be scared to
have to have the conversation.
And also like there would have to be a reason to why I felt that way. It wouldn't be like, oh, out of nowhere I'm starting to ghost someone.
Of course.
Like there would have to been like either an incident or like we just like have nothing in common anymore, or you know, you just naturally grow apart when you're an adult.
I have grown to be a way better communicator over the years. I mean, you and I have been friends for how many years now? Like
12, 13?
Yeah, I think we're at 10 years now.
Yeah.
I had friendships for sure. I feel like you kind of caught me at the tail end of some of them when I was younger, where I just didn't know how to voice how I felt.
Same.
And it wasn't even like like an anger thing or like an I hate you thing. It was just like, I don't know how to express that like I don't feel like I am being valued. I don't feel like I am being treated how I should be treated. I don't like this. I didn't even have the capability to articulate that. Yeah. So there are friendships that I had where I just ghosted. Yeah. And I have a lot of regrets with those.
That you didn't.
That I didn't say anything, because I do think I left a lot on the table of like, I'm sure confusion for the other person. And then also just like, I deserve to stand up for myself. I wish I had the skills to have stood up for myself back then. Yeah. But I
just think we don't like upsetting people.
No.
And I think that's the biggest thing.
It's a hard conversation to have. Would I be able to do it now? Absolutely.
Same.
And like, would I want to? No. But I do think
you'd be real.
Even if you have to have a friendship breakup, which obviously they're horrible, but it is a part of life. Yeah. I do think you do. Depending on how the reasoning for your friendship ending, and also just like depending on what had happened and everything like that. Obviously, if it is cordial enough and you still have love and respect for that person and you still value the good times that you did have, I think you owe it to that person to tell them, what you feel and like why, even if you do need to end the friendship. But I think, when you feel like you've outgrown someone, I think just sitting them down and having the honest conversation. I don't think you need to say, I outgrew you, because I think that, I also always think of that of like, I don't
I
ever
feel like that's so mean.
I've never felt like I've outgrown someone ever personally.
It always has to be like either like an issue happened or just like boundaries were crossed or something like that.
Absolutely.
Or if you're pouring in too much and they're taking too much or vice versa.
Yeah. I always think the idea of like I outgrew, quote unquote, outgrew someone puts you on such a pedestal of like, I've grown so much and you haven't. I don't like that at all. I don't think I've ever said, if I did, I was much younger and I didn't have the knowledge that I have now. I personally think that you could just be growing in different ways.
Exactly.
Growing apart from each other. I don't think you should say I've outgrown you. I do think just sitting that person down and being like, hey.
And that's what I mean by like the distance. Like it's like I would rather just put in distance, and if it's mutually met, then
absolutely.
We don't have to even have that awkward combo. We'll see each other when we see each other.
Next question. When it comes to Alisha, Remi, and Ollie, what keeps the friendship healthy and thriving?
Ooh.
And then also going with that, there's another question, how to deal with jealousy in friend groups, which we can touch on after.
Does a trio work?
Here's the thing.
Ours does.
Ours does.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of other trios that I've had in my life, and I know they always say trios don't work out. I mean, there are exceptions to the rule, but I've had trios that have not worked out before. Yeah. And I will say, I think the one thing that separates our trio from other trios that I've had in the past that didn't work is that we all have individual friendships with each other. Like we have, like you and I are best friends. Yeah. You and Alisha are best friends. Alisha and I are best friends. And then all three together, we're all best friends.
Yes. I fully agree.
Yeah.
Perfectly encapsulated.
I think that's what it is, because there are other trios that I've had, like I'm close with other people, or like, there's always like one odd man out, and that's what creates that, sometimes can create, and going into the jealousy in friend groups. Yeah. We don't have jealousy between the three of us. No. Honestly. Yeah. And we have a very healthy friendship.
I think we're all like very understanding. Mm-hmm. I think I was in a trio before a long time ago, and the reason why that didn't work was two of them were just, one was trying to pull me from the other, and it was like, no, you're my best friend. And I feel like that kind of happens in a trio a lot versus like with us, like you guys are never like, no, we're best friends. Yeah, because a lot of people are like that. Weirdly enough, Alisha is like not that type of girl. Like even like with you and Kaylee, like, that kind of situation, I feel like that would have been a perfect scenario for Alisha to feel a little some type of way, and she didn't. And like Alicia's just not a jealous person in that sense.
I think it just comes from security. It's like you and I know our friendship is so good. I know that you and Alisha, and also I would want you and Alicia's friendship to be good, even in the same way that Mia introduced Alisha and I. Yeah. And even at one point, Alisha and Mia were not good. Right. And Mia still was like, no, I don't care if she and I are not good. If she's good for you, then I support that. Aww. So I know I love her so much. I do feel like a trio can work if it's if it's healthy. And so to answer this question, what keeps the friendship healthy and thriving?
Having your individual relationships.
You and Alisha have alone time, and I respect and love that. You and I have alone time. She respects and loves that. Alisha and I are always together. You respect and love that. And also like open communication. Like we've had hard talks. Like even more recently, we had a talk where all three of us had to sit and like cry together and had to like hash something out, and it made us stronger. And it's really tough in the time that it's happening. But if you're not in the same way in a relationship where like fighting is not good, obviously, and fighting is hard, you also, to get through that fight and to be able to communicate through it, and makes your relationship so much stronger. And in the same way with best friendships, you're not always going to see eye to eye. Yeah. Alisha and I at one point kind of went through this wave. Like I remember in the beginning of Pre-Diabetic, we were like same page. And then at one point we were like, wait,
we're so different.
we're so different. We're not seeing eye to eye right now. And it was definitely a little tough for a minute.
Yeah.
And we communicated through it. And we are kind of back on like, I feel like we're kind of in a happy medium now. But like people change. That's the thing. We've been best friends for 7 years. Like we're not going to be the same people. Our lives are in different places right now. And it's just about
Some of us are getting married and
it's
having
just about
babies.
being honest and saying how we feel and making sure that we hear each other and that we love each other and knowing that we always love each other.
Yeah.
But going to the dealing with jealousy in friend groups, I do think
You have to be honest with yourself.
I think that's the perfect answer.
Yeah.
I think it's like, okay, well, is the jealousy coming from you or is the jealousy coming from somebody else?
Yeah.
If the jealousy is coming from you, is it a projection?
Yeah.
Is it because you don't feel secure in the friendship? Like what
Are they
could
not
it be?
putting in enough effort
Yeah.
and have those honest conversations?
For sure. There have been times that Alisha and I have had to come to each other and been like, I think I'm feeling a little insecure right now. And we have to just like talk each other down. And like, that's super normal too. But like, it doesn't need to be this like crazy conversation. It's just like, oh my God, I need a little reassurance right now. And it's like, I'm here for you. I love you. We are best friends. Like, you know.
I just think a lot of people operate from fear and anxiety. And like for you to have an honest conversation that's acting in love and, you know, that's always going to turn out better.
Absolutely. I think like the reason why I have such a healthy relationship with Cal, even though it's my first boyfriend ever or first boyfriend, first fiance.
First boyfriend, first fiance, virginity.
First husband. Stop it. I will say I think a big part of that is because I have such healthy communication with my friends. And to be honest.
Well, you face your triggers. A lot of people are scared to face their triggers because you operate in love. You don't operate in fear and anxiety. Like when you have a trigger, you face it directly. A lot of people can't do that because they're living in fear and anxiety.
Wow.
Yeah.
People should face it.
It's hard.
It's so much better.
You have to be very introspective to face your triggers.
It fucking sucks
Yeah.
when you're going through it. But
well, every
the
time you're
relief you
triggered, you're
feel.
like, wait, why am I triggered? You dig deep and then you have a conversation.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't do that. They're like, oh, I'm triggered. I need to back away and get away from this person.
let's
You're the
talk.
opposite.
DM me.
Yeah.
We can talk about it. I will say, as a yapper, I'm sure that comes with the territory.
Yeah. Because you're
But
operating from love.
I do operate from love because I love you. Okay, next question. Oh, I love this. What's a trait about the other person that you wish you had?
Oh my God, this bitch is a workhorse, mama. Like, I mean, your charisma and will to live, obviously. And
Tenacity.
yeah, your tenacity, your charisma. I think you're literally Galinda. Like, you're literally like when Remi walks in the room, they're like, look, it's Galinda.
I love
And
you.
like, you're so bubbly. Like, it's so funny because like literally every person I meet that is like a fan of yours or like is like an influencer who will like talk to me on the site and they're like, is she really that nice? Like, it's like such a gag because it's like, yes, like it's really like, what's that? Like, this is really Sesame Street with her. Like, this is like Mr. Rogers. Like, it's actually kind of scary. Like, and then, oh my God, me and Cal always say this. We're like, whatever she's on, we want it. She's on nothing, which is crazy to think about.
I'm on Manjaro.
Well, you've been bubbly since birth.
Oh,
You're
that's
just
so
like, I don't
funny.
know. Even
I'm fucking grateful
Yeah.
to live. I mean
No,
that.
genuinely.
I mean that with my whole soul.
Yeah.
I really am. I'm like, I cannot believe that I was blessed
Yeah.
to live in this timeline right now at the same time as Ariana Grande and Sunny Angels.
okay. Next
I'm just
question.
kidding. I'm just kidding. Wait, that was very sweet. Thank you so much. A trait about you that I wish I had. Honestly, there's so many. First off, you're so funny and you're so quick-witted. Like, and to have wit, you have to be very intelligent. Like, I always tell Ollie, I wish I could just live in his brain for like 30 seconds because I would love to see what's going on in there because I would love to see your little inside out characters because there is some shit going down.
They're just
up
screaming
there.
and yelling.
Yeah,
in a
like
circle.
there's a lot going on, but in the best way. Like, you're so intelligent, and I feel like people don't know how smart you truly, truly are. Not only like in strategic ways, in crazy ways. Like, you are so intelligent. That's one thing. So funny, and also I think I love your honesty. I really, really do. I think that you, in a lot of times, say things that You say the thing that people don't want to say, but everyone's thinking. And that's really hard to do because sometimes it can alienate you if you say it to the wrong person.
Yeah.
But I know you also don't care.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't really care. I'm going to say it because it's how I feel. And if you don't like it, then sorry.
Yeah.
And I think that is a really amazing trait that a lot of people, including me, wish that we had more of.
I'm a take it or leave it person.
You
if
are.
you're not going to like me, I don't care.
I wish that I had that. And I feel like you are perfect for the internet in that sense, where like a lot of times I'm like, oh my God, this comment made me sad. And he's like, so? Like,
it's their opinion.
yeah, get over it. He's like, so what? Close your computer and goes away. I'm like, you're right. Thank you.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you.
Do you fight or get angry at each other because of work?
I want you to answer that as the boss and CEO.
Okay. In case you guys did not know, Ollie does work for me. It's one of his many jobs, so please know it's not like his only job and he's not full-time. But with that being said,
The drama.
Ollie was looking for work and I was like, oh my God, I have a position open. I feel like you'd be really good for it. Do you want to do an interview? And he interviewed and I was like, I think this actually like could potentially work, but I'm going to be honest. Before you started, I had a lot of conversations with my team and also with my family and with Cal and with Alisha because I was like, I don't want this to end poorly because I've worked with friends in the past. A lot of people work with their friends and there's a reason why the phrase is don't work with your friends.
They always say that, yeah.
Don't work with your friends. Don't shit where you eat.
Yep.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Piss where you shit.
You've been working with me for 2 years now, which is crazy. And I remember when we started having the conversation, I literally remember sitting at Joe and the Juice with Alisha and we were like reviewing your resume.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, this feels so weird. And I was like, oh my God, like this just feels so professional. But we did.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sorry, I love you. Nepotism is not going to come into play here. Like you are going to interview and we're going to do this like as if I'm hiring, as I am hiring a normal position. But also I don't want, God forbid, us to not work well together and then it affect our friendship because our friendship is the priority for me. I know it's the priority for you over anything. And it's just a job. I can easily fill it with somebody else. You could easily find another job. And luckily it has been seamless, truly seamless.
A dream, really.
If I ever have a problem, I will voice it and you fix it immediately. And you treat me with so much respect and you follow instructions very well. And I can trust you to get the job done. And I feel so much ease with you around. And it's just been really great. We've never fought or gotten angry, to quote the question. But yeah, if I ever have a problem, I'm just like, hey, can we change this? Hey, can we make sure we do this? And you do it. And that's it.
I think also just like working in corporate, it's a whole different breed.
That's true. That's very, very true. And I've never worked in corporate.
Yeah.
And so
You were like,
and well, also I've never been a boss before
Yeah.
this. So like I'm always asking for like patience with everybody and I'm trying my best. How am I as a boss? Be honest.
You're great. You're like Mary Poppins.
What can I do better?
What can you do better?
If we were corporate, how could I, like, what would I do better?
In a perfect world, you would just have like a ton more team members because you just have so much going on. But this isn't like you need this. Like it's just if I had to pick something.
Well, I also could see you coming from corporate, like you had
like 10
so
team
many
members,
people, and I understand that. I do. It's like social media is so different.
Yeah.
But I also, because like in a social media setting, if you're working at a brand,
you
have someone whose sole job is just posting the content.
Exactly.
And you have someone whose sole job is making the comment, monitoring the comments, doing all
it's
that.
all broken down.
That's so crazy to me, which I totally understand, but that is just crazy to think about.
That's how it is.
Last question that Ollie has requested to answer. If you were a Sonny angel, what would you look like?
Body teeth, tiny little waist, big ol' eyes, and a big juicy ass.
The way that you were waiting to answer that one. The first hourglass Sonny angel.
The first hourglass.
You could do, like a timer, like an hourglass timer. You could do it like that. It could be like special edition timer.
What would my hat be?
Your hat, or you're going to have a hat. Your hat would be...
Ooh, it would be crystal.
Cute.
I thought of that, yeah.
You know, it'd be cute. It could be a crystal, or it could be like birthstones.
Ooh.
That could be really cute.
What about you?
Ooh, my Sonny angel would be, what would it look like?
It would be smaller than a normal Sonny angel.
Oh, tiny petite little baby. I would say I went to my wedding dress alterations yesterday, and I walked in, and she was this really sweet Korean lady. She's a older Korean lady.
Yeah.
And she was like talking to my wedding planner. I walked in and she was like, "Oh my God, you're so petite. You look so big in the picture that I got." And she meant like tall, but I was like dying
Korean
laughing. I was
so
like
blunt.
very blunt. I was like, "Thank you so much." I would
She's like,
say,
damn, you're not big.
She's like so much smaller than I thought. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But she was great. Love her so much. I would say my Sonny Angel would be, I mean, here's the thing. I'm very pale right now, but normally I am pretty tan. So I would give her like a tan.
Like the
tan
Hawaii
complexion.
series. Yeah.
Maybe like in between, because I'm like, my normal is like a little bit, I'd say my normal skin tone is in between a tan Sonny and a regular Sonny.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go in between. She would wear a baby blue off the shoulder sweater.
Cute.
And a little, honestly, no, she'd wear leggings and platform Uggs and a sweatshirt, and she'd have hair extensions.
Oh, you reading yourself.
True, it's true.
Not Remi catching a stray.
It's true. It's my uniform, and I'm okay with that. And now we have to end the episode by telling you what I did today, because I completely forgot to tell you at the beginning of the episode.
What do you do?
So today we planned for Alisha Marie's surprise party. By the time you're watching this, it would have already happened, so I can tell you the tea. Yes, Alisha Marie is turning 32. We are so excited. And I feel like people know this, but it's so crazy. Alisha and Heath were born on the exact same day.
I think that's insane.
Same day. We need to figure out the time, but same day to the year, everything like literally same day, same day. And so Zayn and I worked together to throw them a birthday party this year and a birthday extravaganza at that, because obviously we have to celebrate both of them. And so we've planned an extreme day of activities tomorrow. We are waking up and we are going to brunch. We wanted to do something for Alisha and something for Heath, and then something for them both together so that they feel individually celebrated and together celebrated.
Cute.
So we're doing brunch for Alisha, and then we're taking Heath to K1 Speedway, where we're going to do go-kart racing. And then we're going to go to the mall, and we're going to do a little shopping spree for Alisha Marie and Heath, of course. Everyone's participating in everything, but like we tailored it for them. And then after that, we're going to go to Topgolf, because we've talked about going to Topgolf as a group forever. So we're going to do Topgolf, and then at the end of the night, we're going to be like, "Oh my God, we have one last little thing. We have a cake for you, and we're going to do a movie night." We're going to walk into Zayn's house. Boom. Surprise party. We just set up the surprise party for like hours before this. We went to Huntington Beach to pick up the cake for the surprise party today. It's
glorious cake.
Sweet Traders is in Huntington Beach, you guys. If you live in the area in Orange County or LA and you're looking for a cake for your celebration, check out Sweet Traders. They're amazing. They're a super awesome small business. They can do literally any cake that you want. I sent them Pinterest dream boards and they made it come to life. We split the cake down the middle, and the birthday party is also themed cars or Porsches for Heath, and then the other half of the cake is Dachshunds or Rosie for Alisha, and it's just going to be iconic. So we're going to celebrate that tomorrow. We had a very long day of setting up for everything, and it's just going to be amazing. And check out the Basically Unfiltered Patreon, patreon.com/basicallyunfiltered if you want to see that.
Hell yeah.
With that being said, we need to go home and we need to get to bed because we have a very early morning tomorrow. We love you guys. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you next week. Love you. Oh, and thank you, Ollie, for coming on again.
Thank you.
I love you so much. You saved me. Thank you.
I saved you.
Yes. I wouldn't have been able to yap for an hour by myself.
Perfect.
I love you. Bye.